Hey guys, gals, non-binary pals.
Welcome to Bristol Trans Pride Southwest's Brizzle Boyz Transcendental Experience.
This is actually the final event of Trans Pride Southwest 2020. So if you've been tuning in to everything else that's been happening, we hope you've had a great Trans Pride. We're super grateful for the Trans Pride team for teaming up with us for this. It's been lots of fun. And yeah, this whole show, well, what would you say this show is about?
I would say this show is an amazing combination of all of our favourite moments, particularly from trans and non-binary performers. We have a fantastic lineup of what we felt has been trans joy moments.
For sure. And just trans people and non-binary people just doing their thing, really. We love to showcase just people doing their best stuff. Doesn't even necessarily have to be trans-related content directly, but it's just a fantastic lineup of just some absolutely incredible performers, and yeah, we are super excited to share that with you.
Before we get started, we do have a little bit of housekeeping for you. We are very much committed to making sure that both performers and audience members get to express and feel safe in our environment. So with that in mind, there are some content warnings in the YouTube description below, just to make sure that if you have particular things you don't want to be surprised by, you won't get surprised by them.
Yeah. It is also worth pointing out that whilst this is a free show, we would love it if you could tip if you can. There is absolutely no pressure to do that, but if you do feel like you can donate, all of your money will go directly back to supporting the performers you're about to see. We obviously are all in a bit of uncertain times at the moment, so every little helps, so thank you very much. So first up, we have an absolute Brizzle fave. We're going to be saying this throughout the entire thing though, so yeah. I feel like... But anyway, he is an absolute Brizzle fave. I cackled all the way through making the edit for this video. Literally Kurt, who you'll see later as well, was downstairs being like, "What are you laughing at?" It's just really funny.
I'm pretty sure I was cackling all the way through the actual recording of it as well.
It's
the wonder of our original home of Smoke and Mirrors meant that you can hear everyone on that recording.
It's true.
You can hear every individual audience member, and it's great.
It's true.
Especially for an act like this, which is one of those ones that I don't think I'm ever going to forget.
Yeah, it's just very clever and very funny, and just lovely act, lovely person. So without further ado, please welcome to the digital stage the incredible Joey Bambino. Woo!
Yay.
What you try to be, your individuality, when the world is on your shoulders, just smile and let see what you have got. Bring it all back to you.
Bring it all back now.
Dream of falling in love. Anything you've been thinking of. When the world seems to get too tough. Bring it all back to you.
Next up is someone who I really hope we can get to far more Brizzle Boyz, because they are just, again, an all-round lovely human, and that's amazing, but they're also really hilarious. They introduced me to the word the gatriarchy, which I don't know why it hadn't occurred to me before, but perfect. Yes, love it.
So good.
I think my favourite thing about this act is that it was their first time at a Brizzle Boyz, and they had expected a very different crowd to, I think, the one that eventually was there. So it was just wonderful to see someone who was prepared to do far more explaining and sort of navigating a more sort of cis space to turn up and see, oh, I don't need to ask if you know what a non-binary person is, because half of you are. Great.
Everyone's non-binary.
Which was just like really heartwarming to see someone kind of instantly be made to feel so thoroughly welcomed, but then to go and blow everyone away by being phenomenally talented was just a wonderful little emotional arc to go on with this act. So
I will say as well, before you do the full introduction, if you're not following this person on all the social media, you're missing out. Like, if for nothing else, but like, I think they are the person who is doing like the hardest grind during the pandemic I've ever seen. They are currently doing like a dial-a drag service where you get like a brunch and a drag performer delivered to your door. Like, there's nothing. Nothing can phase this performer. Like, pandemic, whatever. Like, yeah.
I cannot explain it, but
they're just,
I feel like if we ever set up like a drag political party, we would want this person on board to be like the facilitator, the person who does all of everything, because they're just on it. Just
unfazed. They're just super professional and like, But anyway, enough of that. I think it's probably time for an introduction.
So put your hands together and scream and cry and whoop in the comfort of your own homes for the wonderful Crayola.
Hi, everybody. Okay, when I say Cray, can you say hello to me, but in Spanish? Cray. Hola. Cray. Hola. You gotta think real quick when I'm on the stage. Okay. Also, we are completing each other's sentences already. We are off to a wonderful start, and someone just learned how to say hola. You're welcome. Won't be very useful once Brexit happens, but here we are. Yes, my name is Crayola, and yes, I am your genderfuck wolf in sheep's clothing. I very cleverly marketed myself as a queen because hashtag gatriarchy. But, you know, that's the product I sell, but that's not the art that we make. Okay, I have a feeling how this question's gonna go, but I'm just gonna do it anyway, because that's how the act goes, okay? Let's see what happens. Who here knows what the word non-binary means? Okay, who doesn't? At this point in the night, I feel like you've had a pretty good education so far. But there's always one, okay, clearly too frightened. That's okay, I will explain it for you right now. So a non-binary person that falls under the trans umbrella, this is someone who has transcended the gender binary. They do not identify as either totally male or female, but something far more exciting. Either a blend of the two, more one day and more one. The little musical called Wicked? Okay, so what about the song Defying Gravity? Okay, well I'm doing the Glee version. Okay, were you still with me? Okay, great. I rewrote into a little something called faggoty. And this is my gender journey. Are you ready for that? I said, are you ready for that? When I was just in high school, the closet was my home. No gay mentor to guide me, let alone guys to bone. But then I went to uni, and life changed suddenly. I came out, my pride flag waving, I discovered the D. For the first time, I'm feeling faggoty. No need to hide, I'm being faggoty. Kiss my behind is called rimming, it's faggoty. I douched my holes just brown. I got what I'd always wanted, a gay community. But I'd only sorted out one piece of my identity. I'd overlooked my gender, believe the binary. Pink or blue, which one are you? Don't be so silly. Non-binary, next level faggoty. I'm fully free to dress so faggoty. Won't you join me in some high faggotry? You get to wear a crown. Now you know me, I am super faggoty. Not scared to own my femininity. Time to unleash your inner faggoty. Unleash it nice and proud and
So next up we have, well, I'm a little bit biased with this one, but
just a tad. Can't imagine why.
Yeah, and I imagine just mentioning their name might summon them into the room. But yeah, my incredible partner Kurt Sovain. Now this act has been taken from our queer prom Valentine's show, which, if you were there,
was a memorable event.
It was a memorable event. Yeah, if you were not there and you were not aware of this, this is the night that they decided to propose to me, completely unexpectedly on stage. And I can't quite remember if they performed before or after they'd done that, but yeah,
Pretty sure it was before.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, sensible. But yeah, it was quite a big night. And yeah, this performance is, I mean, it's incredible in its own right, but also with that extra little touch, it's obviously a little bit more special, to me at least. So yeah, please welcome to our digital stage, the absolutely incredible, the amazing Kurt Sovain! Woo!
Hello, children. Are you sitting comfortably? I don't care. Darkwing, sit down. Yes, you. Right, now stay. We're going to... No, Charlotte, no. You balloon, you can wait for break time, like everybody else. So today we're going to be learning about the myth of Icarus. Can anybody tell me anything they know, anything at all about the myth of Icarus? Yes, you there with the unregulated piercing. You can see me at the break time about that. Yeah.
He built some wings, but they were made out of wax, glued on with wax, and he flew too close to the sun with his dad. And he melted and he died.
Yes, that's quite right. Gold star for you, but you're still in detention for piercing. Yes, absolutely. So, Icarus, like most of you, was a precocious little beast. And he didn't listen to his older and wiser teacher. And he did indeed go too close to the sun. Let that be a lesson to you all. What did you say? Do you have something to share with the class? I have not been featured on the page through any publication, thank you very much. Aside from Teachers Weekly, I had a letter published about biscuit thievery in staff room. It's a very common problem. No, I did flip. Absolutely, that is not true. I dispute it. Do you believe everything you hear?
Wait.
next up, we have an absolutely phenomenal performer, and let me tell you, when they originally did this act for us, you could like drop a pin and hear it like on the floor when it was happening. Like everyone was just stunned silence. It was like the opening in particular is just so beautiful and so powerful, and then just takes such a I won't spoil it for you, but like it's phenomenal. The kind of perfect mixture of like touching, moving, and like just amazing. So yeah, please welcome to our digital stage the absolutely incredible Prophet. Woo!
I want to tell you guys a story of being female-bodied in an Islamic military dictatorship. And I kind of want you all to come on this journey with me. So I'm going to ask you all to close your eyes and imagine yourself as a 9-year-old female-bodied child in a country like Pakistan. The first thing that you notice is that it is silent. There is no noise around you. You are not allowed to talk to anyone. You are not allowed to do anything. And you are so alone. There is nothing that connects you with the rest of the world. There is nothing that connects you to anyone around you. You are so alone. There is no TV. There is nothing that you can watch. There is no music. There is nothing that you can listen to. All of the censorship laws took care of that. That was my reality when I was growing up. You're not allowed to have friends. You're definitely not allowed to fall in love. You are not invited to conversations that are even about you. Your life doesn't belong to you. For me, that was every single day of my life. Until one day, something really, really big happened. Something crossed thousands of miles and travelled through every current of the Indus Valley River, through every peak and valley of the Himalayan mountains, to cross through all of the border security on a bootlegged tape, to come to my 9-year-old hands. And changed my life. It was the most beautiful thing that I have ever heard in my life. And for a moment, I saw the rest of the world. And I'm going to sing the song for you tonight.
Hi, it's me. What's up, baby? I'm sorry, listen, I'm gonna be late tonight, so don't stay up and wait for me, okay? Where are you? Say that again? I think I'm very much Listen, if you can hear me, please stand by, alright? Let me tell you a story about the call that changed my destiny. Me and my boyfriend now, just to hang out in misery. Was about to go home when there she was standing in front of me. I said, hi, I got a little place nearby. Wanna go? I should have said no. Someone's waiting for me. I'm gonna go up and say, I'm sorry. Just wanna tell you don't worry. I will be late, don't say
Up next, we have... I mean, we're throwing... Like, there's only so many words we can put together to describe this lineup because we have selected the very best, most memorable acts that we could think of from trans and non-binary performers, and the caliber of performance that particularly this next performer brings is always off the charts. This next performance comes from our first birthday show, which was a back-to-back double show, and the fact that Romeo managed to do this act twice in the same night just completely blew me away because of the talent and the energy that they managed to bring both times was just phenomenal. And I think it really, like, this act was what kind of cemented Romeo as, like, in that, like, top tier of performers for me. Was just the, like, oh.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, really just completely blew me away with it. And I don't know what else to say other than get ready, because you're not ready. Mm-hmm. You're really not.
Girdle your loins.
We weren't ready then and we're not ready now. Just the wonderful Romeo DeLa Cruz.
Woo!
Woo!
Won't you come with me to Chocolate City?
Pushing pretty hard on this guy that I work with.
Okay.
And so I was trying to think of a kind of cute little quirky way of asking him out.
Okay.
So I was going to do the whole, do you like me, circle yes or no thing, you know, like kind of what we did in like grade school kind of thing. Well, I was thinking about doing that and leaving it on his desk, and I just wanted to know if that was a good idea or if you had any other suggestions.
Yeah, that I don't like that.
No?
Nah, you know, see, he might be a guy that's looking for a mature woman, somebody to have a relationship with. Think you gotta step it up a little bit more mature. Like, can you cook? Lie. We do it all the time. Lie, tell him you cook. Bake some cookies. And walk up to his cubicle and say, would you like some of my cookies?
Like an Oreo. I love like the middle like an Oreo. Oreo, Oreo, like an Oreo. I wanna bite it and get inside it till I get you gone. Like an Oreo. I love like the middle like an Oreo. Oreo, Oreo, like an Oreo. I wanna bite it and get inside it till I get you gone.
So I work in a small office, but I have a big problem. My coworker who sits next to me, he's confessed to me several times that he's in love with me. So every day when I walk in, it's like, oh my God, you look so pretty, and oh my God, I should just marry you. Oh my God, how come you never go out with me when I ask you out on a date? The most awkward moment was when he asked me out on a date to go tanning together. But I don't mix business with pleasure. I just want to focus on my work. So what can I tell him to just make him back off forever, you know?
Okay, let me ask you a question. Wait a minute. Let me ask you this. If you were not in the workplace, would you consider going out with him?
No. I'm just not into him. He's vanilla and I like chocolate. What should I tell him?
Tell him that.
Okay.
Tell him you vanilla and I like chocolate, and get your ass away from here. Ma'am, you really just, what I was going, I'm going to go with that. That's better than the answer I was going to come up with. I don't even know what I was going to say.
You might almost think that chocolate is some kind of terrible drug the way we talk about it, but it's just chocolate. Good, rich, delicious chocolate. Oh, what? Excuse me. Never mind. Back to the chocolate. Right.
We sell fantasy, not sex. Sex has an ending. Fantasy never ends. Now, we gonna have little chocolate. I'm gonna make you feel you ever had, baby. Make me feel like you ain't never had it. Like you are a lesbian. Turn around, poke it out so I can grab it. That ass over like we in gymnastics. Baby, tell me that you want it deeper. I don't ever wanna come around. Put you in a coma, you're a sleeper. I know that your body's been dry, so I'm gonna make you feel it. I'm gonna make you feel it. Tell me, do you wanna be bad, babe? If the shots pop out, you buzz off like an Uzi. Think I'm gonna need another man, babe. Back that ass up on me like I'm juvie. Found nothing but action in this movie. It's going down, turn around, let me hear your booty. I'm a private in your parts, I'm a duty. Girl, give it to me. Baby, you remind me of my cheaper. The way your body's bouncing up and down feels like a tsunami of Katrina. I swear I am deep enough to drown. Oh girl, I wanna make you feel it. I'm gonna make you feel it.
Okay, so next up we have one of my favourite drag artists of all time, as with, you know, everyone else on this lineup, but especially this guy, because this guy is my drag twin brother.
Aww. It's all in the family.
I know, and he is just phenomenal, fantastic performer. It's just been so great watching somebody start at the same time as you just flourish and become incredible, whatever. But no, he's amazing, and I'm super proud and super excited. Oh, and actually, I'm going to say a little bit about the Zach first, because again, whilst editing it, I felt like I clicked with so many of the like really clever timings of it. Maybe watch out for it as well. There's some like really, really clever bits where the lyrics really line up with exactly what's happening. It's like, oh, it's just genius. Bastard. So yeah, next up, please welcome to the digital stage the incredible, the fantastic, the brilliant Benjamin Butch. Woo! Woo!
I'm just a dancer for a promise, someone who knows how to ride without even falling off. Takes me to my limits, girl. When I break you off, I promise that you won't.
You're experiencing the effects of your monthly menstrual cycle. Does blood come out of your vagina at the most inconvenient times? No one wants to sit around in a sticky cavern of discomfort.
If I have a change, the things I would do to you and your body, every single portion, the heels up and down your spine, Jesus flowing down.
If your egg hasn't been fertilized, your body will shed the bloody, viscous lining of its uterus. Menstrual blood then oozes out of your uterus through a small opening in your cervix and gushes out of your vagina.
Till I reach your ponytail. All over and through your baby. Until we reach the stream, you'll be all
Allow yourself the luxury of just sitting in a pool of room temperature liquid all day. But don't worry, we have a luxury tax for that too. You and your luxurious blood puddle.
Next up, we have a bit of an international legend in our midst. I know. They flew all the way from Canada for this show. I mean, there was some other stuff as well, I believe, but like I'm pretty sure we were like the main highlight of this extensive tour they were doing.
World renowned.
But, you know, we are world renowned. It's so true. This next performer is an absolutely phenomenal singer and just so lovely of a person. Everyone is just so lovely. But really, really excited us. We didn't know too much about this person before they joined our stage. We actually got approached by their manager, which is like, very fancy. We listened to a bit and we were like, yeah, this sounds great. But then in person, even more incredible. So please welcome to the digital stage the absolutely incredible and fantastic Random Order.
Woo! The incomparable Mr. Random Order!
You're amazing. You're all amazing. Is this the terrible tunes for the Brizzle Boyz? Thank you so much for having me here. I'm ready to rock it for you. This song's called Transmission. Crank it up! Brizzle Boyz and all of you for having me here. I'm going to do this next song, which is a cover song. The other one was original I wrote, so let's do it. Oh, and if you want to dance, listen to it. I feel it. I slow down, listen to the baby. I want you to feel it, too. Can't stop the ride. You don't want to say my feet, you want to move something. Get out of the way, I show you know it now. I'm going to answer this today. I'm gonna dance, 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 ooh, till the break of dawn. Shame on you, if you can't dance too. I said shame, 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 shame on you. Alright, you can't dance too. Don't stop the motion, when you get the motion. You can't stop the groove, cause you just won't move. Got my sunroof down, got my diamond in the back. But on the second way,
up next is a performer who I feel fully confident in saying is absolutely one in a million. They are my favourite creepy possessed doll, and that's saying a lot. I have a very long list of favourite creepy possessed dolls. That's a separate issue for a separate time. Every time I see this next performer, they astound me with their ability to go between the horrible and the almost kind of active and the humorous, and then also kind of have a poetic beauty to them as well. And it's just
steady.
It's astonishing, because this next performer does stuff that I've never seen anyone else do live on a stage, and is the lovely person. Why do we have so many lovely people? Because it makes it so hard to pinpoint when people are specifically lovely. But
my favourite part about this performer is if you ever see them kind of hang around when they're not performing, like off stage but still fully in face, and they just look really sad most of the time, or just very troubled and tragic whilst just like drinking something in the corner. But and also terrifying, to be fair, like truly terrifying.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like the sweetest, nicest person under all the terror.
Yeah, just so kind of beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautifying. That's beautifying. That's the word. We'll go with that. The amazing and beautifying Vlad Von Kitsch.
I get a terrible awful ache, especially when it rains. At first, but now I know it's growing pain. Like, oh dear, oh can't you say I'll soon be grown up tall? So I've got to think what I will be when I'm no longer strong. When I'm grown up, in a year or two or three, I'll be happy as can be, like a birdie in the tree. When I grow up, there's a lot I want to do. I will have real dollies too, like the woman in the shoe. I want to be a teacher.
When you start out as a kid, sin just doesn't seem like that big of a deal. It looks kind of cute.
What the fuck are you doing in there? Play nicely and turn off that fucking noise!
There she is at a little table, playing with little dishes, looking cute and innocent, looking like she wouldn't melt butter. She's that cool. Well, she can fool some people with that innocent look she can put on, put off whenever she wants to, but not me. Not even part ways she can't fool me. I thought I'd seen some mean little gals in my time, but you're the meanest.
Woman! Get out of the water! Get out tonight!
Next up, we have another bit of a Bristol local legend. Roddy's wildly gesticulating right now, and I have no idea why. Yeah, you might have possibly already guessed from that, but yeah, this is probably my favourite of Roddy's acts. If for nothing else, that it's just absolutely batshit that he managed to fit this many like reveals and changes and everything else into like a very tiny space of time. Yeah, it's very impressive and also just a really, really fun, clever story. Yeah, I really enjoy this act, so hopefully you will too. So please welcome to the digital stage the fantastic and incredible Roddy Jumpers! Woo! Clap yourself.
Woo!
next on our digital stage, we have a truly remarkable human. Like, the best thing about running Brizzle Boyz for me is continuing to meet amazing performers who you then find out are also amazing humans. And just like I get starstruck sometimes in the dressing room. I'm just there like, why? All of these people are so talented and so lovely, and and this next performer, every time they come to Brizzle Boyz, they bring such a sense of joy and playfulness and just sheer sort of comfort. Just this idea that it's going to be okay. Whatever it is you're going through, it's going to be okay. And they use their platform to promote LGBT rights, particularly in Egypt, where it is still illegal and often punishable by law to be LGBT. They have the biggest heart, I think, of anyone I have ever met. And to top it off, they are a joy to watch. So I'm not going to say too much more other than to welcome to the digital stage the wonderful dancing queer.
One day, he met this beautiful cousin. Was it a boy? Was it a girl? He didn't give a fuck. All he knows, he wants to get this person up. Yes. Anybody here speaks Arabic? Every time. So I'm from Egypt, and where I'm from, probably everybody in this room could easily be in prison or tortured or submitted to mental health asylum and left there to rot just for being who they are. So I do this show as a protest, but I also use it as a way to raise funds for LGBT plus people in Egypt. So everything I make from Dance Queer, I send to LGBT activists. and they spend that money on things like solicitor fees, paying for solicitors representing LGBT Egyptians who are imprisoned just for being who they are. So if you would like to add to my donation, I have a cup, but I'm donating half of it to Chio as well. If you don't have enough change for this and Chio, please leave your change for Chio. If you have enough change for both, I'm giving half to Chio. So, is everybody ready for somebody dancing? Alright, so in Egypt we don't go woo, we do something called the zagaruta, and it goes something like this. Can you do that? That was great. Okay, cool, we can start really dancing now.
up is, well, I mean, we haven't used the term yet, I don't think, but it has to be said, local legend. Truly one of the powerhouses of the local Bristol drag scene. I don't think you can really have a show without this next performer involved in it in some way. You just can't. I first met Mariana a couple of years back, and they wowed me at that point, and then we didn't see each other for a while, met up later, and were like, oh, it's you! You were amazing! And then somehow in the intervening months they had got better, which astounded me. And we've just continued to see them grow and go from strength to strength in their performance, which I'm so happy about because they're phenomenal, really, and I don't think there's very much else to say. So please put your hands together, make so many clap emojis and screaming noises and whatever else you need to do, because you're about to be wowed by the deep, the mysterious, the responsible for the disappearance of several amateur divers, the fabulous Mariana Trench.
Woo!
My heart
can't get me. On my feet, 7 feet ahead of me. If I see it coming, do I run or do I let it be? Is it like a beat without a melody? See, you're never gonna live past 20. Where I come from, some get half as many. Ask anybody where they live fast, when they laugh, reach for a blast, we have to make this moment last. That's plenty. Scratch that, this is not the moment, it's the movement. Fire up and run it, it's a proof west. Flows and pose us, we understand. We roll like Moses, living our promised land. And when our independence, set a dance with freedom for our descendants. Oh, well, the blood we shed, in an endless cycle of vengeance and death, with no independence. I know the action in the street is insane. Jesus, to the bleeding fight, I've been breathing rain. Waiting to handle up an extra situation. But we a nation of states, what's the state of our nation? I'm kind of patiently waiting, I'm passionate, I'm smashing the real expectation of reactions. We're laughing at the fake passions, keeping sorrow. First night I'm thinking past tomorrow. I'm throwing away my shots. I'm not throwing away my shots. And you're just like my country, I'm young, screaming in the rain. I'm not throwing away my shots. I'm not throwing away my shots. I'm not throwing away my shots. We gotta rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Up next, we have a local legend on the Bristol scene, it has to be said. The grumpiest drag dad for many kilometres around. This act is one that I've seen many times in actually many different places now, I can say that, because I have seen it in the UK, in multiple places, and in the US, and it has made me cry every time. So that's fun. Thanks for that. No, but seriously, this is a very powerful act that I think needs to be recognised as one of the most artistic forms of drag that I think I have seen. And I'm not going to say very much more other than to welcome to the digital stage the one and only Mr. Oliver Assets.
Death, be not proud, though some have called thee mighty and dreadful, for thou art not so. For those who now thinks thou dost overthrow thy not, poor death, nor yet canst thou kill me. Thou art slave to fate, chance, kings, and desperate men, and dost with poison, war, and sickness dwell. One short sleep past, we wake eternally, and death shall be no more. Death, thou shalt die.
Starry, starry night, paint your palette blue and gray. Look out on a summer's day with eyes that know the darkness in my soul. Shadows on the hills, sketch the trees and the daffodils, catch the breeze and the winter chills in colors on the snowy linen land. Now I understand what you tried to say to me, and how you suffered for your sanity, and how you tried to set them free. They would not listen, they did not know how. Perhaps they'll listen now. Starry, starry night, flaming flowers that brightly blaze, swirling clouds in violet haze, reflect in Vincent's eyes of china blue, colors changing hue, morning fields of amber grain, weathered faces lined in pain are soothed beneath the artist's loving hand. Now I understand what you tried to say to me, and how you suffered for your sanity, and how you tried to set them free. They would not listen, they did not know how. Perhaps they'll listen now, for they could not love you, but still your love was true. And when no hope was left inside on that starry, starry night, you took your life as lovers often do. But I could have told you, Vincent, this world was never meant for one as beautiful as you. Starry, starry night, portraits hung in empty halls, frameless heads on nameless walls, with eyes that watch the world and can't forget, like the strangers that you've met, the ragged men in ragged clothes, and a silver thorn, a bloody rose, lie crushed and broken on the virgin snow. Now I think I know what you tried to say to me, and how you suffered for your sanity, and how you tried to set them free. They would not listen, they're not listening still. Perhaps they never
So, our next performer is just, I think, goes beyond Brizzle Boyz fave into a whole new category of just Brizzle Boyz icon, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know what the next tier up is, but this is them. Fun fact about this next performer, when I went to Austin Drag Fest 2 years ago, as Facebook is telling me it was 2 years ago, which feels wrong, but I don't know if that's not enough time or too much time. It just feels like the wrong amount of time. But anyway, I went to Austin Drag Fest and I took part in a panel, and towards the end of the panel I was talking about how masculinity looks different ways on different people. I mentioned this next performer and a small group of people at the back of the room went, "Woo!" And they were not people I'd ever met before, which means that this performer truly is an international superstar from my perspective, because that's how you judge that.
Yeah, for sure.
Just a phenomenal talent all round, and one of those people who you can't not fall a little bit in love with every time you see them perform. I just get blown away every time. Here they are doing one of my favourites of their acts, I think, it has to be said. But it's so hard to pick. Get ready for the incomparable Royal E. Blue. Woo!
Hey baby, you here for this speech? Uh-huh. Happy anniversary. Uh-huh. I love you. When you were here before, I could look you in the eye. You're just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry.
You float like a feather. I wish I was special, 'cause you're so fucking special. But I'm a creep, and I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing? I don't belong here. Hey, have you noticed who's not around? You're so very special. You're so fucking special. But I'm a creep. One weirdo. What the fuck am I doing? I don't belong here. Oh, she's gonna run out the door. Run, baby, run, 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 whatever makes you happy, whatever you want. You're so fucking special. I hope she was special. I'm a creep. What the fuck am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't belong here.
Next up, we have, and I know that we say this a lot, but honestly, an absolute Bristol favourite. Every time we book this performer, we know that it's just going to be like show-stopping, punch in the gut feels, essentially. We know that you, our audience, absolutely love this performer, and we do too. Yeah, he can do kind of everything from political to occasionally surprisingly funny, and just is always just like one step ahead with just this like complex layers of like clever political commentary and just raw emotion that I feel is pretty like hard to match by anyone on the scene today. Like honestly, this performer is going places.
World
at
changer.
a phenomenal rate. Yeah, for sure. No, really. And we really, really love him. So yeah.
This world is full of weird and unusual creatures. And there is one species whose behavior is so bizarre, it is as if they belong on a different planet. I am, of course, referring to the Tories. Tories come in all shapes and sizes, but together they share a wide range of self-preservation techniques that have enabled them to survive in the harsh, ever-changing political climate.
Total bullshit. If I show you my tits, will you let me in? Just take another drink with me. Thanks. Later, bitches.
Next up, we have just a performer that's good at everything, quite frankly. It's ridiculous. And yeah, he's super, super great at all the things. He can do dancing, he can do poetry and spoken word, he can sing, and he can lip sync. It's quite frankly, and not to, forget that he's also like really, really clever about it as well, and writes his own stuff.
And he always looks phenomenal.
Yes.
It's just, like, it's rude at this point,
really,
honestly.
really rude. So this performance, I think also came from a birthday show. Might be wrong about that one. But
I think so. I think
it was a...
Yes, our second birthday, probably, maybe.
Probably. Yeah. Let's go with that. Yeah. Anyway, it was show-stopping and phenomenal either way. And honestly, just, left us all a little bit speechless and screamy in a speechless sort of way. Yeah. Let's go with that.
Wordless screaming.
Word screaming into the abyss of joy.
Yeah.
And on that note, please welcome to the digital stage.
Can you believe that I spent 27 of my 29 years on this earth believing that all of this did not deserve to exist? Yes, I know. I can see the shock and horror on some of your faces. I know what you're thinking. Wow, 29. Unbelievable. Anyway, you should know by now, black don't cry. So pay attention. Once upon a time, not particularly that long ago, to be perfectly honest, some people came to my land. That is Yoruba land in what is now Nigeria and West Africa. And instead of acting how I would say guests are supposed to act, courteous, respectful, maybe even grateful, even just friendly. No, they just came to take and take and take. They had never seen us before, didn't know us from anywhere, never come upon our lands, and yet somehow this white Jesus they brought with them decided that I was an abomination. An abomination. Do you know how strong of a word that is to use for somebody else's existence? As in, if that kind of thing should enter your brain, that's the kind of thing that will just destroy you from the inside out. Now, imagine sowing that seed so deep in the ground that for somebody to figure out who they are, they have to completely uproot themselves. It's quite a feat, really, to be honest. Successful for them, I would say. So anyway, the story went that this Jesus' heavenly Father doesn't make mistakes. But me, this, a mistake.
Oh, no.
Bitch. I am an expression of the divine. Just like a peach is. Just like a fish is. I have every right to be this way. I cannot apologize for it. nor can I change it, nor do I want to. We will never have to be other than who we are to be successful. You want to know why? Because we realize that we are as ourselves unlimited, and our experiences valid. It is for the rest of the world to recognize this if they choose. The ever reverent Alice Walker.
We now have our last performer for the evening, which is always a sad moment. But as ever, we've tried to leave you on the highest of high notes we could find, and I don't think there's anyone who could tie this show up more neatly than our next performer. He is so careful and precise with his performances, and that's what I absolutely love about them, is you know that so much thought and practice and development has gone into each and every act, and each and every act is professional. He's so polished, so shiny in this next act in particular. And he's just a dazzling talent, really, and I'm so happy that we can end tonight with an act that makes you laugh, makes you cry, makes you think, brings a certain amount of trans joy to us all. So, without further ado, thank you for tuning in, and here is the incomparable Mr. Mark Anthony.
Woo!
Parts, she will never be a man. Why is this chest so busted? Why are her legs so hairy? What is that? Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the flattest of them all? Weeping and sulking and mourning and seething every fucking morning. Take me back when I was teething to start over the correct way, instead of trying to start over at the beginning of each day, placing socks in front of my crotch, sagging jeans down to knees. Don't accentuate those hips around lips. Undesired estrogen with despised hormone, so feminine. Feminine is all you hear when I say hi, guys, because no guy's voice is that high. Who do I look like today? Tall, dark, and handsome. Strong, stern, charming. Small, puny, weak, busty, curvy, girly. Mirror, please tell me I look masculine. Bedhead, a crooked tooth or two, I don't care. I just want you to tell me I am a man. This mask, the fake female persona given me at birth, seeking for the right frame, the one mirror that shows my true identity. This mirror accentuates the curvature of these breasts, but that one there exemplifies their death. House of mirrors.
Some days I want to be a man. Other days I just want to be feared. But being non-binary is flying that path between the sea and the sky. Is freedom without asking too much of the air. Non-binary can sparkle, can high femme and dapper. We have to learn to build what the world will not give us, to ungender the things we love, to fly anyway.
Paid my card and I couldn't fold, but it ain't that hard when you got sold. I've been to the way, but I still get my bed. Got Stand up now.
And that was our final performance of the night. Thank you so much for tuning in. We really hope you had a great show.
We also hope you've had a great Trans Pride Southwest. It's been a wonderful week of just phenomenal events, really, all put on digitally and all through voluntary work. So
yeah,
if you can find a way to support Trans Pride Southwest, that would be wonderful and very much appreciated.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for tuning in.